All right. Hello, algebra. So this is y'all's practice quiz for today, and it's going to look pretty much the exact same as your quiz will tomorrow. So let's get into it. It has three different things. There's comparing functions, there's vertical transformations, and there's arithmetic sequences. So let's see. The first one is about comparing functions. It says one function f of x is represented by the equation y minus 5 equals 2 parentheses x minus 2. So first thing I notice is that this is in slope-intercept form. Or not slope-intercept, point-slope, I meant. So that's in point-slope form. And remember, we have it in point-slope form, we have a point, which is that 0.52, or no, it's 2.5, my bad. And the slope is outside the parentheses. So remember that. The slope is outside the parentheses when it's in point-slope form. The second function, g of x, is shown by the graph to the right. So this graph here is g of x. Which function has the greater rate of change? Give each rate of change in your answer. So the rate of change is the same as the slope. So if I'm looking at this one, well, I said that the slope is the one that's the number that's outside the parentheses. So this 2. So the rate of change for f of x is going to be 2. I don't know how to denote this. I'll just say f of x ROC equals 2. And the rate of change for this graph here, well, remember, rate of change is rise over run. So I'm just going to pick 2 points that I know are on the graph. How about right there and right there? That is a rise of 2 and a run of 1. So rise over run is 2 over 1, or just 2. So that means g of x, rate of change, it's also 2. So since it asked which one is greater, well, they're equal. So I'll just say they have equal rates of change. Here's my answer. They have equal rates of change. And it also asks, which one has the greater y-intercept? Give each y-intercept in your answer. Well, from the graph, the y-intercept is easy to find. It's just where it crosses the y-axis. So it's at 3. So I'll say, actually, the y-intercept is also when x equals 0. So instead of saying like the y-intercept of g of x, I can just say g of 0, because that's going to be my y-intercept, is going to be 3 here because that's where it crossed the y-axis. And f of 0, because, you know, the y-intercept is where x equals 0. So I'm just going to plug in 0 for x. So I have y minus 5 equals 2, 0 minus 2. The stuff inside the parentheses is what I'm going to do first because of our order of operations. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. Then I want to do multiplication. So I have y minus 5 equals 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. And to get y all by itself, I just want to add 5 to both sides. So y is going to equal negative 4 plus 5 is 1. So f of 0 equals 1, which means g of x has the greater y-intercept because it was 3, the other one was 1. there's my answer. And it does say to give each y-intercept in your answer. So if you just tell me like, oh, g of x is greater, it's not going to count for full credit. I need to see that you actually figured out what the y-intercepts are. Okay, the next part is vertical transformations. And it says the equation h of x equals 3x minus 3. What will be the new equation if h of x is shifted down 4 units? So if I'm shifting it down 4 units, I'm taking this 3x minus 3, and I'm subtracting another 4, because that's just a downward shift of 4. So I'm going to combine like terms there. I still have that 3x, and negative 3 minus 4, it's going to be 3x minus 7. So that would be my answer. If it shifted down 4 units, it's 3x minus 7. If it's shifted down 6 units, well, same thing. I got 3x minus 3, and I want to subtract 6 because it's down 6. So I still have the 3x, and then minus 3 and minus 6 comes out to minus 9. So my answer is 3x minus 9. If it is shifted up 9 units, so I'm going to have 3x minus 3, and this one is going up, so I'm adding the 9. So I have 3x still there. Then minus 3 plus 9. So when I combine my like terms, that's going to come out to plus 6. That would be my answer if 3x minus 3 was shifted up 9 units. And finally, up 6 units, 3x minus 3, and then I want to shift it up 6, so I'm adding 6. So minus 3 plus 6 comes out to plus 3. So I'm just going to have 3x plus 3. Notice that nothing happened to that 3 in front of the x with any of these. It's going to be the same tomorrow. Nothing's going to happen to that 3 in front of the x, or whatever number it's going to be in front of the x tomorrow. All right, so that was number 2. Number 3 is an arithmetic sequence, like what we learned yesterday. So a certain arithmetic sequence is written 29, 17, 5, negative 7, negative 19, ... So what I want to do, I need to write the explicit formula. Remember, the explicit formula is going to be f of n equals f of 1 plus d n minus 1. I need to figure out what f of 1 is, I need to figure out what d is. So f of 1 is always going to be the first term of the sequence. So the first term of the sequence is 29. So f of 1 here is going to be 29. So we're going to have f of n equals 29. And the d is the common difference. The d is what is being added or subtracted each time. So I go from 29 to 17, that is minus 12. 17 to 5, oh, why did I do that? Okay, that's minus 12. 5 to negative 7 is minus 12. Negative 7 to negative 19, minus 12. So since it is subtracting 12 each time, our common difference is negative 12. So minus 12, and then I still have that n minus 1 inside the parentheses. And that right there is the explicit formula for this sequence. So our explicit formula is f of n equals 29 minus 12 and minus 1. You just need to plug in the first term and the common difference. All right. And then it says to use the explicit formula to determine what the 50th term of the sequence will be. I'm letting you know now it is a big, or actually I should probably say really small number. So let's see. if I want to determine the 50th term of the sequence, that means I'm plugging in 50 for n. So f of 50 equals 29 minus 12, parentheses, 50 minus 1, so then I have 29 minus 12, 50 minus 1 is 49. 12 times 49, so I have equals 29 minus 588. And 29 minus 588 is negative 559. And that would be the 50th term in this sequence, negative 559. And that's all you had to do for today's practice quiz. And that is exactly what tomorrow's quiz is going to look like. So hopefully you've done that. Hopefully you understand how to do this. See you guys tomorrow.